You ever get that feeling that there's an invisible set of rules running the show in every single conversation? A hidden game being played right in front of you? Well, you're not wrong, and today we're going to learn how to play.
I mean, seriously, what if you had a kind of secret power? One that lets you understand what people are really thinking, what they truly want, and how to connect with them on a way deeper level. And no, this isn't magic, it's not some fantasy movie plot, it's the very real science of psychology. It's a set of tools that the world's most effective leaders, communicators, and influencers use every single day to navigate the wild complexities of the human mind. All right, first up, let's explore how to use these principles for good. We're talking about building genuine connections and creating stronger, more meaningful relationships. This is all about building bridges.
Look, building rapport isn't about these huge, grand gestures. It's actually all about the small, intentional things you do. We're going to start with 3 super simple techniques you can literally start using today. And trust me, they might seem basic, but their psychological punch is massive.
So, first up, using someone's name. There's a real reason our own name is one of our favorite sounds. When we hear it, it literally activates parts of our brain tied to our self-identity. So when you remember and use someone's name, you're doing more than just being polite. You're sending a powerful subconscious signal that says, hey, I see you, you matter. It's a tiny act that creates this huge feeling of validation.
Okay, next up is something super interesting called the chameleon effect. Psychologists found that when you subtly mirror someone's body language, the way they lean in, their hand gestures, maybe even their pace of talking, their brain registers you as being like them. This creates this instant, subconscious feeling of trust and comfort. It's wild.
And the final technique for connection? Honestly, it might be the most overlooked one of all. Instead of trying to wow someone with how much you know, just ask them about something they're passionate about, and then actually listen. Let them be the expert. This simple switch makes them feel smart and valued and interesting. And guess what? That makes them really enjoy being around you.
But here's the thing, making these skills feel natural takes practice. It means building a habit. And we've got to bust a common myth right now. Forget that whole 21-day rule you've heard. Real neuroscience shows that forming a new automatic habit actually takes about 66 days. It's broken into 3 phases. The beginning feels awkward, the middle is where you feel all the resistance and want to quit, and that final stretch is where it finally clicks and becomes automatic.
So, yeah, 66 days. Just burn that number into your brain. Knowing this can help you manage your own expectations and just power through that tough middle patch, whether you're trying to hit the gym, meditate, or, practice these very connection skills.
Okay, so we've talked about connection. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side, influence. Now, these tools are way more potent, and believe me, they shape the decisions people make every single day, often without them having a clue. Okay, check this out. Think about how you ask for something. A weak request is like, hey, we should go out sometime. It's vague, easy to forget, easy to say no to. But a powerful frame, that gives 2 options where either one is a win for you. So the choice isn't if we're getting pizza, it's which pizza place we're going to. See the difference?
And this works because of a little secret about human nature. We don't really want unlimited freedom. We want controlled freedom. By framing the choice, you give someone a sense of control and power, even though you've basically already decided the outcome. This is used everywhere, from marketing to politics.
All right, now for a much darker tool, the guilt trap. Guilt is an incredibly powerful human emotion. When people feel guilty, they become motivated to do almost anything to make that feeling go away.
And just look at how it works. That statement, it's not a direct attack, is it? It's a passive, emotional little trigger. The person who hears that is now basically forced to prove that they do care by doing what you want, all just to escape that awful feeling of guilt that's just been dropped on them.
But hey, not all influence is that complicated. The next technique is maybe the most powerful of them all, and it requires you to do, well, almost nothing. It's really simple. All you have to do is ask a direct question.
And then stay completely silent. Don't say a word.
Seriously? As humans, we are so uncomfortable with silence in a conversation. It's awkward. So when you just wait, the other person feels this overwhelming need to fill that empty space. They'll just keep talking. And a lot of times, they'll reveal way more than they meant to. Silence makes you look confident, in control. Honestly, it's often way more intimidating than the loudest argument.
So, we've covered a lot. We've talked about connection, and we've talked about influence.
And that brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation, the responsibility that comes with knowing all this.
You absolutely have to remember this. None of these tools are inherently good or evil. They're just neutral. They're amplifiers of your intention. You can use this stuff to build people up, to understand them better, or you can use it to manipulate them. The choice is always, always yours.
Ultimately, it really does boil down to these two paths, doesn't it? Are you using psychology to understand people and build better relationships? Or are you using it just to get what you want, to control outcomes? The same exact principles can drive both.
So, the invisible game, it's not so invisible to you anymore. You can see the board, you know some of the rules, you have the tools. So the only question left is, how are you going to use this power? How will you choose to play?